According to Next Gen Hunter, exclusives are not happening. Specifically, thegamer.com. Despite new CEOs teasing, Xbox Insider says exclusives are absolutely not happening. Despite previous indications from newly minted Microsoft Gaming CEO Asha Sharma, who took over for Phil Spencer following his abrupt retirement, that nigga got fired. That exclusives could be returning to the Xbox brand. One reliable Xbox insider has asserted that won't ultimately be the case. I can't fucking read. Taking to NeoGraph, reliable Xbox insider Sneaker So stood firm that Xbox exclusive titles aren't returning in a thread discussing whether exclusivity would ultimately save the next Xbox console. Thank you for NBA The Run. Never heard of it. Yeah, it's a new arcade sports game that's trying to be the spiritual successor to NBA Street. It's supposed to come out this year on PC, so I'm looking forward to it. They even got, if you go look up the trailer on YouTube, they even got Barbito Garcia's in the game. If you remember in NBA Street, the dude who used to talk in the background, he's in that game. But they haven't revealed the gameplay yet. So hopefully soon, because it's supposed to come out this year. But exclusives are absolutely not happening, the insider wrote. Those are some rather strong words, all things considered. They also go against what Sharma had hinted at recently, making them particularly interesting. Yeah, so like this random fan, after it got announced she was going to be the CEO, asked if exclusives are coming back. She said, "I hear you," so they're taking it into consideration. That's because following her promotion, Sharma took to social media to write "Hear you" in a response to a gamer who noted that Xbox games must only be on Xbox. Yes, it wasn't exactly the Xbox games will only be on Xbox moving forward that everyone was looking for, but Sharma also didn't need to respond to a fan either. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Because keep in mind, this is all hearsay. This is coming from a video game forum from a reputable leaker, so take it with a grain of salt. But it doesn't mean that it's true. But let's act like it is for a second. If it turns out to be true that they are not going to make Xbox games exclusive again, this tweet is going to come back to haunt her. Like maybe she was just super excited to be part of the community, but I know how toxic the gaming community can be. People change, they're allowed to change their minds. Businesses change their direction all the time, but like the internet doesn't give a fuck. They do not forget, and they will flame her to hell and back for lying about this shit. Me personally, I think the happy medium would be, because I understand both sides. Exclusives are not good for the consumer, you and I, but they are good for the corporation, because it gives a reason for people to buy the platform. I think the happy medium, and I said this on stream already, but in case you didn't hear my take, I think the happy medium would be all the exclusives that they let go, let them stay out there. Halo, Forza, Gears, with the pirate game, let it be on the PS5. It's fine. Let it be on PC. That's fine. But going into the next generation, the new games, they should make those exclusives. They need a new holy trinity. They need a new batch of exclusive games that you can only get on Xbox, because these games are legacy titles. People don't really care about them that much. Otherwise, Gears would have sold better on PS5. Who's gonna buy the new Xbox if that Steam machine is cheaper? Well, we don't know what the Steam machine gonna cost. We don't know what the Steam machine gonna cost. Agreed. And now they got Wolverine. Damn is already broken on Xbox exclusives. While it's certainly not impossible to imagine a more stringent approach moving forward with Xbox titles, especially in the light of the fact that Sony themselves are pulling back from releasing PlayStation single-player titles on PC moving forward, it does become a lot harder to imagine when you see that Damn has already been broken. They're just yapping. My thing is, if they do come out and say going forward, all future exclusives will be exclusive to the Xbox platform, they need to put their foot down and stop bending to the internet. Be like, look, decisions were made in the past by former leadership that we don't agree with. We believe the Xbox platform is where Xbox games should live exclusively. But to honor and find a happy medium for everybody, all former exclusives, Halo, Forza, Gears, Fable, will still come to the PS5. But let's say they announce, I don't know, that Dragon game. What was that shit? Scalebound. Scalebound is coming back. It will be exclusive to Xbox and all these other bullshit ass games. Steam machine needs to be $700. It needs to be, but with the way this RAM stuff is going on, I don't know. Take this all with a grain of salt, because keep in mind this is all coming from the NeoGAF forum. It's just a rumor, but it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. I know this is off topic, but when you played Crimson Desert, did you get AC Odyssey vibes or AC Valhalla vibes? Nah, it's its own thing. It's its own thing. In other news, Xbox news, Xbox CEO hosted a Microsoft Xbox CEO Asha Sharma hosted Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella and an internal Q&A amplifying that Microsoft will always invest in gaming. We're long on gaming, we'll continue to invest, and we always do so. So trying to reassure people that it's not going anywhere. Exclusives are kind of pointless today. Make your money from multi-plats. No, they're not. So you got to understand, hardware doesn't make these companies a lot of money. So the exclusives are how they get people to buy the hardware from a corporate standpoint. I'm not saying, me personally, I don't care. I prefer everybody to be able to play every game, but just from a corporate standpoint, they are useful. It's a tool to get people to buy things. If everybody can get every game on the PlayStation or the PC, there's now no reason to buy the Xbox, and it just hurts them. They're not making any money. So you have to find a way to, you got to dangle a carrot. And that's always just kind of been the best way. Because I don't care what nobody says. If the exclusive is like mid, it's like Avowed. If it's like Avowed, that's not going to move units. But if like God of War 2018 came out exclusively for the Xbox, a lot of you are going to buy an Xbox. You're going to bitch and you're going to moan every step of the way, but your ass will still be in that Walmart. You still gonna be in that Costco. You still gonna be on Amazon, not Target though, because we don't shop there. Fuck them. You are going to be marching your feet in, so it is what it is. Lower the prices. This past month, longtime Microsoft veteran and Xbox lead Phil Spencer retired, giving the floor to incoming CEO Asha Sharma. And people bought PlayStations for The Last of Us and Spider-Man. Now people will buy it for Wolverine too. Yeah, because they're taking the PlayStation games off of PC for those who missed that story. So now Wolverine is going to be a PlayStation seller. They're trying to get those hardware sales up. Xbox stands a bit at a crossroads. The Xbox brand has been under strain to some degree owing to the decision to divest Xbox of its exclusive content to PlayStation, chiefly icons like Halo, Gears of War, Forza, and soon Fable. The decision has left people wondering if Microsoft is actually truly interested in maintaining Xbox as a brand long term, myself included, since without exclusive content, it doesn't seem like Xbox has a unique selling point required for its long-term future. Microsoft responded with a big partnership with AMD for Xbox Windows hybrid console that will play not only Xbox games, but also full PC games from Open Windows Marketplace. Xbox's Project Helix is on the horizon, and from speaking to various staffers, the general mood at Xbox couldn't be more energizing. That's good to hear. If Xbox hired you to save their console, how would you go about it? Like I said, I would honor all the old guard of Xbox. Let those be multiplat. It's gonna be weird seeing Halo on PlayStation, but it is what it is. Honor that shit. But going forward, because they own Bethesda and Activision, and keep in mind within Bethesda and Activision, those are umbrellas. There's tons of studios below them. I would start divvying out money to all these studios and saying whatever cool creative idea that you think you have, you can make it. The only thing we ask is, because we're trying to get a lot of exclusives to the platform, keep the scale of the game down so we can keep the budget down, right? So like I would say, going forward, we want mad new exclusives on the Xbox. We're going to divvy out money to a lot of people, but I want to make sure that these games remain at the 10 to 30 hour mark. No 100-hour games, because the thing you got to understand is the reason why a lot of these games are so fucking expensive to make is because they're massive. And my thing is, I don't feel like we've had this conversation as a community, but at what point did we all agree that every game needs to be 50 plus fucking hours? I don't remember raising my hand and saying that. I fucking hate it. I think it brings down the quality of Neo 3. That's why I said Grand Theft Auto has done irreparable damage to the gaming industry. Now, they didn't do it on purpose. It wasn't with malice, but the influence is undeniable. Really, it was Ubisoft, but it started with GTA. I don't feel like the gaming community came together and said everything needs to be 100 hours. If you can make a 100-hour game and it works and it's full of content and is unique, then cool. But like, I missed the era of games being 10 to 30 hours. My favorite game of all time is Mass Effect. You can beat that shit in like 15 hours. If that game was 100 hours, I would not feel the same way. But because it was so concise and to the point and well written, I have fond memories of it. So I would take the studios that they bought and just fund them all. But the only thing I would ask is that, you know, you make sure the scale of your game is not too big. We don't need a million live service games, with the exception being maybe the makers of like Fallout, like the big dogs under those umbrellas. They can get a tighter budget, but like the people who made Hi-Fi Rush, instead of firing them, say, hey, make another Hi-Fi Rush type of game that's 10 to 15 hours. 15 plus hours plus quality DLC would be great. Right. And there were also, here's another thing I would do. I would take the studios that we own, I would fund them in the proper way. I would also bring up a conversation of dynamic pricing. Not the way PlayStation's doing it, but some of the best games that we've seen recently have not been $70. Expedition 33 is $50, Marathon is $40, Arc Raiders is $30. Not only are we going to make sure that the scale of every game is not massive, we're going to also appropriately charge X, Y, and Z for it, so that when these exclusives come to our platform, not only does the consumer understand that these games are exclusive to our platform and give us identity, but also we're going to have something for everybody. We're going to have that premium $70 game, but we're also going to have a dope $20, $30 game. So if you come over here, we're going to make sure to treat you right. And you're not going to be able to get that on PlayStation because you know they're charging $70 for everything. That's what I would do. I would also focus on hardware security. I've talked about that. If Xbox can find a way to guarantee they found a way to like disable, and it's possible because 2K just put out a patch that broke the Titan scripts, the Chronos trend, the Chronos ends. If they can find a way at a hardware level to guarantee that they can break 95% of these hacking devices, these Chrono Zens that give you the auto aim, the aimbot, and the auto greens, I think that's a selling point because 2K and Call of Duty are still the biggest games in the world. So a lot of people are going to go to the Xbox if they know that it's a more secure platform. You said open the consulting firm. I got to get my first customer, man. But that's what I would do. Dial it back on the budget on these games. Everything doesn't need to be 100-hour games. Yo, what's up with the PlayStation dynamic pricing? We talk about that on the podcast. That shit is so dangerous. And I hope y'all make sure y'all say y'all don't like that shit on social media. For those unaware, PlayStation announced they're doing dynamic pricing. So depending on where you are and what time, you might get a different price for the same product as your friend. And I feel like that stuff is dangerous because I know they're going to use algorithms to track people's purchasing habits. And I just have a sneaky suspicion that people who spend a lot of money on VC or My Team packs or like the Ultimate FIFA team packs, any type of Overwatch skins and stuff like that, I have a sneaky suspicion that the dynamic pricing is going to be more expensive for those people. So don't support that shit. Fuck Sony. Evil. Other news. Project Helix has apparently been in the works for more than a decade. Microsoft finally announced its next Xbox, which is codenamed Project Helix. The upcoming console will be the first to play Xbox and PC games, but it's apparently not the first time that Microsoft has pursued that goal. A recently resurfaced report shows that Microsoft was pushing the idea of Project Helix under the same name for a decade or longer. The Verge's Tom Warren called attention to a 2016 post by Kotaku, which noted that Microsoft had a planned codename Project Helix, according to one source, to converge Xbox and Windows. For a while now, Microsoft has been clear that they want their two prestige brands to work together. Developer sources have told us that Microsoft's new mandate is to release future games, including the flagship Halo series, on both platforms. It doesn't surprise me, because for those that don't know the history of Xbox, the original Xbox was supposed to run Windows. It was supposed to be that's what the X and Xbox stands for. It was like some modified version of Windows XP, I believe. They had running on Xbox, but they found it didn't run as well, so they gave it its own OS. So this sounds like they're trying to make their original vision, DirectX or something like that. They're trying to make their original vision come to life. So this doesn't surprise me. This is 10 years in the making. Will they stick the landing? I don't know. Not gonna lie, this has the potential to beat the Steam Machine, though. It depends on the price. If the Steam Machine comes out for $1,000 or less, and the rumors are true, Project Helix comes out for $1,200, nigga. That's what I would tell Xbox. The good news is Steam is going to come out before, the Steam Machine is going to come out before the next Xbox. If I'm working at Xbox, I'm telling them we need to pay close attention to what the price of the Steam Machine is, and we need to undercut them. I'm not going to lie. I would also tell them, yo, if you really want to get back in the game, not only do you invest in your studios and tell them to make smaller, more quirky, unique games, but I'm also going to undercut the competition. We're going to have different pricing on different games depending on the quality of it. But also, man, take the hit. Pull a Nintendo. Put out the most powerful console and sell that bitch for $300, bro. And come out before the PlayStation. Call it the Xbox Helix Founders Edition. For the next year, for the first year of Project Helix, all Project Helix will be $300 or $350 if you support us day one. Year two, the price is going up to $500. I guarantee you a lot of PlayStation folks is like, you know what? I might have to go over there, man. I might have. And the crazy part about it is, in my opinion, Sony can't do this. Microsoft can. Microsoft has the money to subsidize it. The question is, how much does Microsoft believe in Xbox? That's the problem. That what I just said is a hard pitch. Because one thing we know about Microsoft is they love to make money. Windows prints money hand over fist. So would they be willing to subsidize the Xbox for a year? Yeah, I don't think they believe in it enough. But my thing is, the way I would pitch it to the higher ups at Microsoft, be like, look, all right, the word on the street is this might be the last Xbox. If this the last gung ho, fuck it. Let's go out in a ball of fire. So if we ever fail, motherfuckers gonna be like, them niggas tried. They really tried to look out for people. That's what I would say. Cause like right now, it feels like if it's true that this might be the last Xbox, do you want to potentially go out without a fight? 300 is a difficult price. All right, 400. I agree. 400. Whatever. Find a way to undercut the competition because Sony can't do that to Microsoft. Sony, in terms of an overall corporation, is not on Microsoft's level. Microsoft can do that. That's what I would tell. They gotta. I feel like they're not moving like they're desperate. You gotta move like you a dog who hungry, back against the wall. Instead, they just like, you know, acting like little puppies and shit. I don't know, man. I don't know. If the Xbox handheld was 1,000, that PC about to be 1,500. Oh, not necessarily. You gotta keep in mind it's harder to produce a handheld, especially because of the cooling system. You're putting a lot of powerful parts into a small handheld. It's not the same thing. That's the reason handhelds are expensive, as well as laptops. It's conforming powerful technology into a small form factor without it blowing up in your lap. So not necessarily that would happen. They could take a hit to seal at the loss. That's what I'm saying. I'm just putting ideas out there, man. Oh, I was just talking about that. Sony's PlayStation Store has been testing dynamic pricing. We already talked about this. I forgot I saved this article. But yeah, in case you haven't read the article or caught up, they will be testing out. They're experimenting and charging people different things for like the same product. And like this is such a red flag to me because Xbox falling off, it did not take long. Like they didn't even wait like a year. Xbox falling off and having a bad year or two has led to Sony just instantly becoming evil. First thing they did, pull their exclusives off of PC. Now we doing dynamic pricing. They also said if the RAM shortage affects the hardware sales for the PS5, if you missed this, they said they have a plan B. If the RAM shortage affects their ability to sell the PS5, they said they're going to start charging and monetizing the people who already own the platform. Translation, if the RAM fucks up the PS5 sales, we're jacking up the price of PS Plus and whatever else they can think of. And it's Sony Pony swear, Sony would never do it. Sony is ready to fuck you. They're ready to. This is why I'm rooting for Xbox. Not because I actually personally give a fuck, but competition is good. Competition is good. I love my PS5, but fuck them for this. That's how I feel. Yeah, I like the PS5, but it's like, come on, man. Yeah, Sony ready to pull the rug, man. And then what else we got? Oh, other bad console news. You'll have to pay for the Switch 2's game chat soon, and it's not worth it. I didn't even know you had to do that. The Nintendo Switch 2 is doing very well for Nintendo financially, even as fans settle into the knowledge that it is essentially a more powerful premium Switch system. Is that all consoles? The Switch 2 lacked the new bells and whistles that typically come with a notoriously experimental company. One major exception with the addition of the new C button for chat, a shortcut key for the new game chat functionality. Now, almost a year into its lifespan, the free trial period for the feature is closing on March 31st, 2026, after which you'll have to pay for it going forward. And we can confidently say, having played the Switch 2 for almost a year now, don't do it. I'm not even going to read the rest of the article because it's Nintendo. Nintendo has notoriously been behind when it comes to online functionality. So I would not be surprised if Nintendo wants you to pay for $20 a month to use game chat to sound like this fucking bullshit.
What's up, everybody? I'm on the Switch 2, playing Mario Kart, just driving around in the open world, you know, doing absolutely nothing because there's nothing else to do on the fucking Switch 2. Huh? What you mean you can't understand me? What you mean you can't understand me? This is my brand new Switch 2. It do not sound like a PS4. Man, fuck y'all, man. I'm playing 2K2, nigga. I can't play with y'all. I don't got cross-play, but come play on the Switch.
You said fuck out my ear. My bad. That's the Switch 2 experience, man. Listen, I can't stress enough, man. Never at any point in my life have I ever felt less inclined to buy a new console. I don't know if I'm getting old or the Switch 2 is just that unenticing to me. But until that Blood game come out from Software, I do not care about the Switch 2. I happily walk past it every time I go to Costco. That shit is not interesting to me. You said both? Yeah, I got to be responsible, dope. But just know you got to pay for the online. And influencers refusing to do their job news. We've found another major influencer is afraid to admit he likes a video game. Now, last month, we caught up with... who was it? Tim the Tapman, who admitted on stream that he enjoyed High Guard. In a game that had its back against the wall, he could have really used his influence to say, I don't give a fuck what y'all say. I like the game and I'm going to play it. But he refused to play it because he said his chat didn't like it. And he said, all they do is bitch. And I said, wow, this is like a 35-plus-year-old grown man that let people bully him off the game that he doesn't like. Well, we've got another one because right now, Marathon has a hate campaign against it. Mainly Destiny 2 fans. They're upset that Bungie wants to work on a new game after supporting Destiny 2 for 10 years. They want to see this game fail. So a lot of creators are getting hate for playing the game. And it turns out the Burnt Peanut is one of those people that's been getting hate. But it also turns out he likes the game. Interesting. But he doesn't want to play it on stream.
Peanut 130, and you're also just not telling us that you're getting on. What the
I just woke
Peanut's
up.
world.
You not hear my voice right now,
bro.
I just woke up. I drank some thick, sticky Asian juice, popped a 6 million Delight, and I'm ready to ride.
I love that. I love that you're playing offline. That's so great.
Well, I think you boys see that it's not too good to play this type of game on stream.
Yeah, people are definitely happy about it. That's for sure.
Me and Tim been going to war all day.
I bet they're just radiating positivity, are they not?
Bro, people cannot.
So he got caught playing the game offline, off stream, basically. He literally pulled a...
Man, I'm going to play this off stream, man. We're going to finish this mission up off stream.
Everybody I know that's playing this game has really been enjoying it. And my thing is like, this stuff is so weird to me because we're not asking you to talk about politics. We're not asking you to talk about no real world shit. Your job is to sit on stream and play video games. And because a few people in your chat don't like the game, you are now hiding offline and playing. Mind you, they said in the clip, it was 1:30 in the morning. This man is hiding off stream, playing at 1:30 in the morning, sneaking in games like Russell Westbrook. Grown man getting bullied by some kids in the Twitch chat. And like I said, we're not asking you to talk about no real world shit, but you can't even stand on the fact that you like a video game. That shit pussy, bruh. It's fucking pussy to me. I don't get it. There will be some people that'll defend this behavior. I feel like when you do this as an influencer, you are promoting sheep behavior. Stand on the fact that you like something, because you might inspire somebody to try that. And then they find something that they love and in turn inspires them. Some people will defend this behavior and say, oh, it's about, you know, what they don't want to mess up their viewership. Listen, these people are millionaires. Okay, you went from averaging 10,000 concurrent viewers to 8,000. What's wrong with saying, all right, for the next 2 hours, guys, I'm going to play Marathon because I really love this game. Come back in 2 hours if you don't like it. That's all you got to do. Your whole stream doesn't need to be a Marathon stream. But what's wrong with just saying, I like this shit? Because those 8,000 people that were there instead of the 10, they're going to see it for the first time and they might fuck around and like it. I don't know, man. I feel like the influencer space is getting really fucking weird, man. I take hits on my viewership all the time and I'm still financially fine. But what it comes down to is motherfuckers just don't want to give up that dollar. If you let yourself get bullied as a grown man, you failed at life. But it's mostly children, bruh. I thought this was Peanut the other week. What's this? The Burnt Peanut responds to chatters that says Marathon isn't a good game. Even if you don't like it, shut up, shut the hell up, let them cook. I'm not living with COD 96.
One, when they try something new! Even if you don't like it, shut up! Shut the hell up! Let them work, let them cook! Let them cook or you're gonna get Call of Duty 96!
So he said that you should not care what anybody says and you should just play the game, but he doesn't take his own advice. That's crazy. Hey, I can't get too mad at these influencers and what I'm about to say, if it don't apply, let it fly. It may not apply to you, but the reality is that y'all platform these people. Y'all support these people. I don't watch this shit. Everything I know about the Burnt Peanut and some of these other creators is against my own fucking will. I'm just scrolling in timeline. One of these clip pages posts this shit, but I don't watch none of this shit. People are giving these platforms, so clearly they're doing something right, and I'm just a hater. I don't know what ICE is. I'm just a cute little scrawny streamer, guys. Why would you ask me that? In fuck Trump news, Halo's Master Chief voice actor demands the White House remove his war porn videos featuring his voice. Also, you're a really great streamer. If you're scared to play what you like, people will still watch your content because it's your they fell in love. Yeah, maybe that's what it is. Maybe they realize they don't have a personality. They have to rely on the game. Last week, the White House account on Twitter shared an unsettling video splicing together footage and audio from Call of Duty with real-world images of missile strikes. The next day, it posted a video montage of clips from various media like Tropic Thunder, Braveheart, and Top Gun, with more footage of missile strikes, and captured the video Justice the American Way. Both videos came amid the ongoing U.S.-Israeli war on Iran. Footage of Master Chief saying "Finish the fight" from Halo 2 also appeared in the video. Its inclusion has prompted Master Chief's voice actor Steve Downs to call out the White House for using his voice on its disgusting and juvenile war porn video. It has come to my attention there's at least one propaganda video circulating that was either produced or at least endorsed by the White House that uses images of Master Chief and uses my voice to support the war in Iran. He said on a statement on Twitter. Let's make this crystal clear, bitch. I did not participate, and nor was I consulted, and nor do I endorse the use of my voice in this video. What a message it conveys. I demand that the producers of this disgusting and juvenile war porn video remove my voice immediately, bitch. That's what I'm talking about. This is the polar opposite of what we was just talking about with that Burnt Peanut shit. Niggas too scared to play a video game on stream because some 14-year-olds gonna say, oh, I don't like the game, pussy. This a grown man right here. He said, nigga, get my fucking voice the fuck out of here. He said, I'm a superhero. I don't stand for this. Master Chief don't stand for this shit, bruh. That's what I'm talking about. Have a fucking spine, pussy. No, the thing you gotta understand about life is not everybody gonna like you, and that's okay. Long as you got a core, you cool. Whether that's family, friends, or if you're a content creator, you got a core fan base. This wasn't the first time the White House used Halo or Master Chief in its propaganda. Yeah, they yapping or whatever. Man, shout out to Master Chief, man. That's why Halo goated, right? They need to get it right, man. They need to get it right. SGA is the greatest of all time. Yo, fuck SGA, nigga. Yo, shout out to Black Hoodie with the sub. Appreciate it. I'm playing against somebody who got SGA on their team in my fantasy. That nigga went off tonight. He put up 92 fantasy points. Fuck him, bro. 35 points, 9 rebounds, and 15 assists. God damn. That better be the first and the last time he do that shit this week. I don't need no more of that, bro. I'm trying to win. It's the playoffs, baby. It's the playoffs. That being said, I think I'm gonna wrap it up right there. I got one more batch of articles, but I haven't eaten dinner and I've been live for almost 6 hours. So I'm gonna save that last batch for tomorrow.